So it's come to this. Um, never, never expected to make one of these. I've always made one of these videos about like, uh, just what's going on in my mind. But that's always like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I'm here to give some sad news, I guess. Yeah. So I keep promising the Secret Transformer show a new episode since 2016, and we're about on to whenever I wanted a new episode out. 2-year anniversary of wanting an episode out, and it's not here. There's some shorts. There've been some shorts. There've been some guest animated episodes, but in terms of a full length episode from me, there hasn't been one. And it's been hard. It really has been. And originally I remember whenever I first delayed the episode was because of work-related things 2 years ago. And then whenever I finally was coming upon it, it was during a troubled time, so I just said I'd delay it until whenever, and I'll start working on a new episode. And that didn't work out. I started working on the Secret Transformers movie more during that time, and I had promise. I honestly did. I did a live read of half of the movie, which is actually still how far I've gotten on it. And that's what's sad, is this that I know how it ends, but getting to halfway point to where the end is tricky. And every time I'm like, alright, I'm ready to open the computer and work on something, I just stare at a screen. And I don't know what to do. Until now, I guess. Yeah. I've thought about it. I keep thinking more and more about what's going on with me recently for the last 2 years. I think only recently have I figured out, like, I have bad anxiety. And ever since 2016, I've really been depressed a lot. I know I mention it every video, probably, or every once in a while, or as I joke about it, or if you read my Twitter, there's proof of it. And it's just gotten worse. I don't think it's gotten better. Yeah. I had a good week this week, until today when I'm filming this, and that was like the first good week in a while. But it's just gotten bad, and it's really, really bad. And I know I'm being vague about it, but just like, it's just been awful. And I can't do anything creatively. And when I do, it's spurts of stuff. And so, and I think, like, I figured out something recently, and I feel like it doesn't help. It contributes to anxiety. The depression thing is its own thing, but like, it affects it in a way. But I figured out my anxiety. What's going on? I think I figured it out. That I am so worked up that I keep saying I'm going to work on something for you guys, and I never get it done. And like, it just boosts and it just burns and burns, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I gotta do it, I have to do it, I gotta do this, and I just can't perform. I can't do it, and it gives me humongous attacks. Like, I'm sitting there like, no, I need to do this, I really need to do this, but I don't know how to do this, I need to do it though, and it just ends up being bad, I think. I recorded for a month, 2 months ago, dialogue for the Secret Transformer show, and I threw it away because it wasn't funny. Like I'm being like I know what I think is funny, and what I say might be really funny to you guys, and it might not be funny to me. There was nothing funny about it, like at all. I don't think if I gave it to anybody, they even chuckle. It wasn't funny. I was funnier 2 years ago. Like I was listening to recordings I had 2 years ago, and it was actually pretty funny. But then I was trying to recreate that magic, and it didn't work. I'm not saying I'm not funny anymore. That's, I guess, why not? But it's just, it's definitely a different pace of things. And it's really weird and very interesting to see about it. That how, like, I've changed comedy-wise. What was I getting at with this? But yeah, I figured it out that, like, my anxiety is getting really bad because I keep wanting to do something for you guys. And I just don't produce anything, and like it's really bad. And it's not just the Secret Transformer show, it's like the American Reviewer, but then again that's just like a computer problem, and it's me trying to get back into it. Plus also like print, like reviews have gone and changed quite a bit. Brian has changed a little bit, and I'm not blaming him. I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying he's definitely changed from whenever we started this thing. And I don't know how to change, I guess. Because, like, right now, Jobby the Hong is one of the biggest reviewers right now. And I love the guy, but I feel like me trying to be that will not work. And it may just make me look like I'm like a copycat. And I'd rather not be a copycat. I've always hated people who steal jokes. So, but it's not just that. It's also like people who've asked, can you do this for a show? And it's more than voice acting. To this point, guys, if you're going to ask, I can't write anymore. Like, I can sit there and give you like a specific joke, but I can't write anything anymore. And it's really bad. And there's been 2 projects that Joe's given me to put in his extended universe thing. 3, actually. I won't specify which ones. And nothing came out. One of them did release, but I didn't. I only wrote a sentence, and then he just put it out. And I'm not mad at him, but that's just, and I don't blame him for keep going after me not performing at all. It's just, yeah. And there's just those other 2 things that one day I'm just going to sit down and work on. And I keep saying that, but no. Another thing I gotta say is work has been rough. A lot. Like, really bad. 2016 was when I started a summer job. And I still had that summer job. This is my 3rd year at this job. And, first year I thought I could handle it better. And I couldn't. And I burnt out on American Reviewer. Like, I filmed those in 2 days. It was awful. All of them, every episode of that season, of that year. But I think it's that job giving me 2 days off, and it's, yeah. And then last year I worked at another job just so, just for money, not even money reasons, really, just like, just being, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like helping out, I guess. And right now, I have both jobs. Like, there's a day where I work the summer job, and then when I'm done, I go to my other work for 2 hours. Or there's a day I just work, I don't get a day off, really. And, yeah. Only recently, because I called in sick, but just, it's been bad. And I think it's because of this I've also lost contact with people. And, it's just, it's not pretty, because I thought I was really good friends with these people, and they didn't leave me. I'm not saying that they're gone. It's just that I can't be with them that much anymore, like I used to be. And it saddens the shit out of me. Like, I wanted to be. I wanted last year to be like, a continuation, just keep going and have more fun, but then I couldn't make calls, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't meet up with my friends, and it was just bad. And it's looking like it's going to be like this again this year, and then I just. It's really bad. I don't know. And I think my mind is just making it really bad. So, this was supposed to be a Secret Transformer show, not just in general. But, I thought about it recently. Now, I know I mentioned, when I'm filming this, I had a really bad day. This decision was made a few days ago, when I was actually really happy. Like, because I think I had finally, like, my mind was in the right place. So my mind decided this would make you feel better. And I don't know if it will, but it's not a bad idea to not think about it, or not try it, at least. So what's the news? Well, since I say I don't know how to keep going on with the Secret Transformer show, every time I want to attempt something, it fails or it doesn't work. That's why there's an influx of shorts, and I'm glad I introduced shorts in 2013, because shorts are better, don't have to make a full episode about them. They could just be literally just a quick scenario, and that's all you really need. But unfortunately, people want episodes. They don't want just shorts. I mean, I got great views on shorts, but I think people want more. I think they want longer. They want bigger jokes, longer jokes, more jokes, just in general, just jokes. And I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I can do it anymore. Not anymore. Just not right now. I can't do it. Every time I try, it doesn't work. And then whenever I finally want to try, it just... my idea's not in the place. Last year... and here's another thing. Just last year, just try to get me my head out of this one episode I've been working on for 2 years now. I tried writing a new episode to get that off my mind and be like, hey, I'll put this out first, and then I'll come back to this whenever I have new ideas. I didn't even start. I just looked at the scenario again, looked at what characters I wanted, and just said to myself, yeah, never mind. And I don't know, just ever since then, it just was like really like a bad awakening. Like, look, you tried, but you can't anymore. It's just bad. So what am I saying? Because every day I work about this episode, I think about this episode, I'm trying to think about like what can I do to make this episode finally finish and work. And then, sadly, it finally came to me. That's the problem. I always think about it. What if I just stopped thinking about it? And I don't mean just this episode. I mean every project I ever had about the Secret Transformer show. The movie, the unannounced project one time I was going to think about. Now I don't even know if that's going to work. So I thought about it. And I'm not canceling the Secret Transformer show. I do not want to cancel this. But I am postponing it indefinitely until I think my heart is back into this, because the Larry Hankins that used to just film this on his bed and record with a little shitty microphone you could buy at the Dollar Tree, that kid's gone. That kid's been gone for years. After I left high school, I think all creativity I really had for this thing went away. And I know what, like, I graduated in 2014, and I know some of you be like, well, what about, you did the Dinosaur Laser Party in 2015. I started that episode after leaving high school, so I still had some of my wonderment in that. But ever since I went to college, and ever since I went to this and that, my heart's just not been into another episode. I finally came to me the other day. Why it's such an ordeal, such a hassle for me to put something out. It's because I'm just not into it anymore. Not for now, at least. I don't want this show to end on just that episode. I really don't. Like, I want to give this show a proper conclusion, and I've told people that I want this show to end at least after... I want this show to run at least for 10 years. And we're closing in on 10 years in about 2 years. And I don't want the first movie to be the end. I've always said if I wanted it to end, I'll make a second movie like the South Park guys. But definitely, it's just, I don't know anymore. I just really can't think about it without thinking, oh, Jesus. I'm disappointed in myself, really. And because I've always thought I was going to be the creative type, and not to, like, be like saying things have gotten to my head. I've always thought I've been like a level-headed person, but I've always heard people saying like, Larry, one day you'll make it big and all this kind of stuff. And I think that just got to me. And I think honestly for a period of my time alive, I actually believed that. And I'm not saying I won't, cause I don't want to be that person either. But it's just, I don't know. I've gotten as big as I want to be, 2,000 subscribers, for the time. I mean, like, if one day I wake up and I got 100,000 out of nowhere, sure. If I got 1 million, I don't know. That would definitely boost a lot of my ego, I guess, and give me like, oh, yes. But I've always tried being like, look, I'm still the guy who started this channel. I mean, granted, I deepened my voice and everything, and I make money now. But I think like the idea of like being liked and well liked by this community got to my head, and I just I don't know where I'm getting myself into this. Might as well cut this out. I don't know. But I think what really kills me about this is that like I can live almost without like continuing for a while. What I can't live with is the fact that you guys who came here for this stuff and who known me for this stuff isn't going to get what you want for a while now. And that really does hurt me. Like thinking about that I'm postponing this until I feel better about myself and better about the show. When people probably just subscribe today and they just want more. Or they've been long-time subscribers and they've just like, hey man, when's this? And I've looked back on that episode, that video where I said, where's the Secret Transformer show? And I feel really bad because some of it was just like being a dick about all of it. And to be being mean about it. And I do not want to be remembered as such. I don't want to be remembered as like somebody who's just like hates his fans or anything. And I don't want to live like that at all. I genuinely do love everybody who subscribes, because it means they took time out of their day to watch me be stupid, and it really does warm my heart. Once in a while I think about it, and yeah, shit. So postponed. I want to mention this. Postponed definitely doesn't mean canceled. Because, I mean, look at what Pacific Rim 2 was called at first, like, postponed indefinitely, and then it came out, and it should have just been canceled, but that's beside the point. They're literally indefinitely could just literally be a month or two, like 2 months, and yeah, that's really it. Like I really, I'm not saying that it's canceled and it's going to be forever before anything. It could be, but I just think if I say indefinitely, it gives you guys enough time, like enough to realize that this ain't going to be coming out in the next little bit. It's going to be a long time before we see something, and I'd rather have that tell you that than you guys get worried that it's never going to happen again. I want to say, I know I'm giving myself like a big thing about this. I want to say I don't want this delay to be longer than a year. I say that, and that's giving me myself a goal, but I definitely don't want to give this like a big old, yeah, like it's definitely gonna be by then. But like I don't want this to be forever. I really don't want this to be a delayed, and I don't want this to be forever, and the show just silently gets canceled. I don't want to cancel this show. I mean, as much as I sit here and say I don't have much of a heart into it anymore, I don't want to end the show. Like, and it's not even just because of money or viewers. I'm just like, there's a story for me to tell about this. It's something different than what everybody else on YouTube's doing, I think. There's elements that are different from even like Brian's misfortune show. There's like elements told from like anybody's comedy show. And I kind of like what I do. But I think I've also got my head too big about like film and show analysis and just stuff like that. I think that's gotten in my head to me, and like I just want to build the world a bit better, and that probably is also a big problem. Why this? Because I want to say like set this up and then not, and then I'm just sitting here and I'm like, guys, it's a fucking comedy. It's a comedy show. Why am I setting this up to be like an ultimate space opera? When it ain't. Like, there's some serious moments in my mind, and those are ones I want to keep. But then I'm sitting here and thinking about, like, oh, what did these people do? What did these Transformers do a long time ago? What are they going to do in the future? And it's just, like, stuff like, I remember whenever I made, like, Devastator, like, choke on blades. And I'm just sitting, and I'm just thinking about it, like, why am I being so serious about this? It's just a stupid little show. But like I think though there's like some world building I need to put in there. Like there is some definite like work to be put in, and I'm definitely better now. But I just guess I want a better show. I want it to be different from whatever I was a kid. But that's the problem now. Is like, well, I started the show as a kid and I kept going as an adult. Like, I still made the show and like still want it to be in the same canon instead of like rebooting it a long time ago. And I don't want to reboot it. I thought about it and it just, I don't know, it wouldn't work. I don't think. So, oh, sorry, I'm tired. And, so with delayed indefinitely, I wanna state this. If just randomly I come up with a short or have a guest animated episode, those are different. I'd say those are like their own like little thing. Then again, I say that about the movie and everything else, like the official episodes. But like I think shorts just randomly happen anyway. But I'll definitely try my best to like not put anything out, I guess, of the Secret Transformer show and make you guys think, oh, I'm back at working on it. Whenever really I'm just like, I just thought this was funny, do. And guest animated episodes are just like things I'm just like, hey, I don't want to do this. Can you guys do this? It's a fun little thing to do. I really thank Dakota for doing all these. And by the way, it's not just going to be Dakota. I want like other people too, eventually. But we'll see how that goes. But, so as far as I know, as far as my heart says, the Secret Transformer show, just like an official episode for me, is delayed indefinitely. And I know some of you people like just expected this, but I think it'll help. I think it might help me. Like I'll finally come back to it and I'll be like, yes, this is This is right. Or I'll probably come back and just be like, I got nothing. But we'll see, honestly, what it's going to be like. And, yeah. And, Jesus. Been too sad for this, Cameron. I just said my own, like, legitimate name instead of Larry. Jesus, that shows how serious I am about this, that I'm using my actual name. And I really do hate that I have to do this, but I feel like it's for the best. And I don't know, maybe some people's just like, well, wasn't it already delayed indefinitely when you guys just did nothing? But I'm doing this now, so I can give everybody, like, the heads up on the show. Instead of just, like, keep on, like, making people wait. I'd rather have this than you just wait. And I think another thing is sometimes I announce, like, I'm working on something, and it just never happens. So, here's what I'm going to do. This show is delayed indefinitely. But the day you see an episode just come out, randomly, not a guest episode, not a short, an actual episode, you know I'm back. I won't announce it, nothing. I'll just be like, here you go. And you'll know I'm back into normal, and then I'm back to working on this full time. Full time? Nah, just working on it in general. And that's when you'll know. And I guess that's like its own promise that I'm making, but like, yeah. Not going to give any updates, not going to give any hints, not going to do anything. Just if one day I just sit there and like, alright, here you go. That's it. That's what I think will work anyway. I thank you guys for watching this, and I really do appreciate you guys a lot, and I really do feel bad I have to do this, but I think this is for the best. Now, I'm not killing my son. I'm not like burying him. I'm just letting him go for a while. Let him be his own man for a minute, and then come back to him eventually. And I want to do this with other projects too, probably. American Reviewer, yeah, I'll wait a while. Still. Just a bunch of things. So it's going to be a while for a lot of things that you guys want to watch from here. If that just means I don't put out anything at all, so be it. I'll try making random videos, but that'll be all. Thank you guys. I really do mean it.